In the Middle Ages, knights in armor used to raise their hands to show they were unarmed, and then open their visors. Even the American Indians use the same gesture. So you see, the salute is a very ancient sign of greeting and respect.
Ang susunod na drill na aking ipapaliwanag at ipapakita ay ang pugay kamay. Ang pugay kamay ay isinasagawa kapag nag-uulat at nagbibigay galang sa mga opisyal at watawat. Ang mga utos ay pugay kamay na at baba kamay na. Ang mga commands na ito ay two-part commands. Ang pugay kamay at baba kamay, ang preparatory command, at ang command of execution. Tandaan, isinasagawa rin ang pugay kamay sa utos na tanghalta kung ikaw ay walang bitbit na sandata. Kapag ipinag-utos, ang pagbanggit nito ay ang sumusunod. Pugay kamay! Na! Baba kamay! Na! Kadete, sumulunan. Ang pugay kamay ay may isang bilang lamang. Kapag nakasuot ng kopya na may visor, meron man o walang salamin, sa command of execution na ng pugay kamay na, itaas ang kanang kamay. Ang mga daliri ay tuwid at magkakadikit. Ang mga palad ay nakaharap pababa. Ilagay ang dulo ng kanang hintuturo sa gilid ng visor, bahagya sa kanan ng kanang mata. Ang panlabas na gilid ng kamay ay halos pababa upang ang alinman sa likuran ng kamay o ang palad ay hindi malinaw na nakikita mula sa harap. Ang kamay at ang pulso ay tuwid. Ang siko ay bahagyang nakahilig paharap at ang itaas na braso ay pahalang sa sahig. Ang utos na baba kamay na ay isang bilang din. Sa command of execution na ng baba kamay na, mabilis na ibalik ang kanang kamay sa iyong gilid para sa position of attention. Alisin ang iyong kopya. Kung ikaw ay nakasuot ng kopya na walang visor, o kaya ay walang suot na kopya, at ikaw rin ay nakasuot ng salamin, sa command of execution na ng pugay kamay na, gawin ulit ang pagsaludo ayon sa naunang pagsasalarawan. Ngunit ang dulo ng kanang hintuturo ay nakadikit sa kanto ng frame ng salamin, nakatapat ng kanang dulo ng kanang kilay. Ang baba kamay na ay isinasagawa katulad ng naunang pagsasalarawan. Alisin ang iyong salamin. Kung ikaw ay hindi nakasalamin, nakasuot ng kopya na walang visor, o hindi nakasuot ng kopya, sa utos na ng pugay kamay na, gawin muli ang saludo, ngunit ang dulo ng kanang hintuturo ay nakadikit sa kanang dulo ng kanang kilay. Ang baba kamay na ay isinasagawa katulad ng naunang pagsasalarawan. Kapag nag-uulat o nagbibigay galang, ituon ang ulo at ang mga mata sa taong kinakausap, kasabay ng pagsaludo. Sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, ginagawa ang pugay kamay kahit walang pag-uutos. Ito ay isinasagawa ng mga tauhan sa tamang oras at winawakasan kapag ito'y kinilala. Ang pugay kamay ay maaaring gawin habang nagmamarcha. Kapag nakatakbong hakbang naman, pumunta sa siglang hakbang bago sumaludo. Tandaan na kapag ang isang hanay ay nakatakbong hakbang, ang buong hanay ay pupunta sa siglang hakbang, ngunit ang pinuno lamang ng hanay ang siyang sasaludo. Sa normal na cadence, ganito ang tamang pagsasagawa ng command. Pugay kamay! Na! Baba kamay! Na! Kadete, isuot ang iyong salamin. Pugay kamay! Na! Baba kamay! Na! Kadete, isuot ang iyong kopya. Pugay kamay. No! Baba kamay. No!
Discovered there's a lot more to saluting than just lifting your hand smartly to your cap. Outdoors and within the limits of a post, camp, or station, salutes are exchanged between officers and enlisted men upon their meeting. That means officers of the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. It's also customary to salute officers of friendly foreign countries. You salute as soon as an officer is close enough for you to recognize him as an officer. Usually, this is when he is within 30 paces. The salute should be rendered before the officer is closer than 6 paces, so that he has time to recognize and return the salute. Within a military post, camp, or station, a soldier salutes an officer when he recognizes him, even when both are in civilian clothes. We never salute while running or at double time, but must first change to the walk or quick time before saluting. When we're outside Post Exchange building, where we've been getting the baseball scores or buying something, and an officer comes up, the first one of us who sees the officer commands attention. Then we all come to attention and salute the officer, who returns the salute. Mostly the officer says, "as you were," and then we return to whatever we were doing. When it is obviously inconvenient, we do not salute. While we're working or undergoing instruction, we do not stop when an officer comes up. But if we are directly addressed, we must come to attention to reply to the officer. The same applies when we are resting between drill periods. If the officer speaks to us, we come to attention but do not salute if we are part of a formation. When we, or officers, are engaged in sports, we do not exchange salutes. The individual in charge salutes for all enlisted men in a formation. When a unit is in formation, standing at ease, and commanded by a non-commissioned officer, and is approached by a commissioned officer, the unit is brought to attention, and the non-commissioned officer in charge salutes in behalf of the entire unit. If it happens that a commissioned officer passes in the rear of a unit standing at ease and commanded by a non-commissioned officer, no salute is given. However, it is the custom of the service to call the unit to attention. When an organization, marching at ease or at route step, passes a commissioned officer, they are brought to attention. Then the non-commissioned officer in charge salutes for the entire unit. I didn't know how to get my furlough, so I went to see my first sergeant.
Sergeant, I would like a pass to go home from noon Saturday to Reveille Monday.
Let's see. Well, you're not up for any guard duty or kitchen detail. That'll be all right. List Jones for a weekend pass. What do you want, Smith?
I'd like to see the company commander, Sergeant, about applying for a furlough.
Very well. I'll arrange for you to see the company commander this afternoon.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Come in.
Sir, Private Smith has the permission of the first sergeant to speak to the company commander.
All right, Smith, what do you want?
I'd like to get a week's furlough, sir.
A week, eh? Well, when do you want to leave?
I'd like to leave this Saturday, sir.
Well, I see no reason why you can't. I'll recommend your furlough to the regimental commander, and I feel sure that he will approve it.
Thank you, sir. Jones, I think I'm going to get my furlough. The old man said he'd recommend it to the CO.
Say, that's swell.
Did I do that all right?
Yes.
It's proper for soldiers in hallways or stairways of buildings to come to attention when an officer passes. You always uncover unless you are armed like I am.
Oh, Smith, your furlough has been approved to begin on Saturday.
Thank you, sir. If you're not in formation, but armed, and are addressed by an officer, you give the salute prescribed for the type of weapon you are armed with. If you have a pistol, you give a hand salute. If you are armed with a rifle, you give the officer a rifle salute. Unless you're a sentry walking post, in which case you salute by presenting arms. A sentinel in conversation with an officer will not interrupt the conversation to salute another officer. But in case the officer salutes a senior, the sentinel will also salute. The national flag is flown from only one flagpole at an Army post. It is raised at reveille. At sunset, it is lowered with the retreat ceremony. When in the field, and there is no flagpole, both the silk national color, or standard of our country, and the silk color, or standard of the regiment with battle streamers on it, are placed outside of the commanding officer's tent or headquarters at reveille. The national flag is on the left as you face the two. A soldier, whether in uniform or civilian clothes, when passing the colors, begins his salute 6 paces from them and terminates at 6 paces beyond. When in a military formation, the commander salutes for all. The national flag and regimental colors are carefully put in their cases at retreat. Should the national color, or standard, be cased in its waterproof cover at any time because of inclement weather, it is not saluted.